we're with today?
Bully Capone from the Avalon, man.
Bullet Capone from the Avalon, man. Talk to me, Bull. Bull, first and foremost, how did you get the name Bull? Let's
From
get
a
that.
baby. From a baby. 13 pound, 4 ounces.
And you carried it all the way to present day.
Present day, man. Family members don't even know my real government. They always call me Bull from a baby. Not no street name. I did have a street name though years ago. With everybody coming up in there, everybody throwing their monikers out there, ran up under the name Crazy BT for a minute. Those was my initials, but that didn't work for me. Nobody never stopped calling me Bull, so I was like, shit, ain't no sense in trying to get no new name, trying to be like everybody else. Just gonna keep what my folks did already gave me.
So it'd be fair to say that your childhood name became your neighborhood name as well.
Pretty much, man.
And what was the? And what year did you become Avalon?
I come along in 76, 76, 77. We started stomping pretty tough. First and foremost, Melly Mel, this is a pleasure, man. You taking the time out to talk to me, man.
Man,
Just
I
for a brief
appreciate you
moment.
too, boy.
I respect you, man. I respect that Compton thing, man. I respect everybody, man. But what you doing, man, and a lot of your dialogue that you put down, man, I respect it. Got a lot of good friends in Compton, man. Got a lot of respect for the Compton dudes, man. Bloods and Crips, you know what I'm saying? And appreciate you, man.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, at this moment, can you give me a consequential moment from your perspective, from your history, when you was growing up, that today that you could give to these kids to understand where you came from and where you are today? And if you need me to explain it a little bit more so you get a grasp of what I'm trying to ask.
No, where we came from, we came from a line of respect. Uh, I've always respected everybody. Though the name don't say it like that, and some people may think different, but it was always respect. I'll elaborate on some a little later. But respect meant everything. The people came to us, that was before us. We respected them guys too. I'm not saying that we actually knew them at that time like that, but we knew who they were, who they was, and what they was doing and what they was about, and we respected that. Even to the point to where I seen some dudes coming when I was coming up around here. Was shit, dudes like me was crossing the street and letting them have a safe passage through. Go down the street how they wanted to go through, because I wasn't trying to challenge no goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it was. It was what it was. It was dudes. They was no nonsense. They were straightforward guys, and you didn't want to be on the wrong side of the envelope with them guys. So I gave them their respect, and that's what we all grew up with, respect. We respected people. We respected other people. We respected other people from other sets. You know what I'm saying? We respected other members. Other people from different sets. You know what I'm saying? And that took us about as far as even today. We stand on that respect. You know.
During that time, how did gangs provide a sense of belonging? How did they make themselves known, but at the same time, because you're talking about respect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how was that respect settled? Was it a verbal, or was it something that you just knew?
Well, it was definitely uh, a hands-on thing. It was you seen it. You seen it. And we followed it well, because we you knew that guy in your neighborhood. You knew those guys in your neighborhood, and we seen them go at it. And it wasn't more of a talk thing. It was a demand thing. They demanded respect. They demanded respect from everybody. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't selling for nothing less. You know what I'm saying? And you had the baby J's around here. You had the Mad Dogs. You had the baby Fats. Them was Avalon guys. You know what I'm saying? And Avalon guys, and
Was they okay? Those were names and not cliques. I was thinking it was cliques. Those
yeah,
were names.
those was the guys. Big Herc, Donald Kelly, he brought that thing down here, but in turning on the Baby J, So I mean, these dudes, like I said, we became the norm. I played football. I played football up here for Fats, but all these guys, they was here on a daily. This park, man. In those time in the '70s, like that, it was 500-600 blacks laid around here, looked like rocks on the ground. It was all black people, all black. The 51st, all that up there was full of blacks, man. Cars, them bomb cars, and all that shit riding through here on the daily, man. It was all black around here, so I be telling these dudes nowadays, man, the worst thing today's people could have did was get into it with a family back then. And I come from a family of shit. I had nine brothers. But we wasn't trying. Three of my brothers was from businessman, but we wasn't quick to get into it with no goddamn body as youngsters. You know what I'm saying? Because it was trouble. You'd have to answer to that shit around here. If you was out of line, whether your family was going to answer to you, or they was definitely going to answer to your ass. So it wasn't no getting away from nothing.
How many of your brothers was Avalons?
Four of us.
Four of us.
I got the one of my brothers is original. He was one of the founders of 5/8 Bumper Jack. Of him and Bird and some more of my other cousins, they started 5/8 Bumper Jacks. And a lot of people don't want to give Bumper Jacks their credit, but Bumper Jacks come along in '75. They come along in '75, and they was formidable down here. All of the Bumper Jacks is 5 trades now. If we was neck and neck, we ran together. A lot of people that want to diss nowadays because they don't know them. All them dudes was formidable. Insane Mo was a Bumper Jack. Grump was a Bumper Jack. Al Capone was a Bumper Jack. Big Bird was a Bumper Jack. The original Big Nose, my brother, was a Bumper Jack. Big Warlock was a Bumper Jack. All these dudes was Bumper Jacks. These dudes that became 5 trades because of us. We was all family. Mean Green was a Bumper Jack. Johnny Green, he was a Bumper Jack. Red was a Bumper Jack. Earl was a Bumper Jack. All them dudes.
How did they get the name Bumper Jack?
They started that shit on 51st and Woodline. On 51st and Woodline, that was one of my older brothers who started that. The original Big Nose. The other Big Nose is one of my other brothers that was a 5 trade Avalon that came up with me, and so all of these dudes, man, that was from Woodline had became 5 trades with us. Yeah.
What challenges did the 5 trade face, being that this was originally businessman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're legend Bumper Jacks. What challenges did 5 trade face establishing 5 trade amongst other brothers?
Well, that was started before me, but I do know some history on that. Now, one story that I do have, we was younger, and a lot of the Avalon dudes, they used to play football up here all the time. A lot of Avalon dudes actually rushed the Bumper Jacks. They rushed them. They rushed my brother. Shit. Every last one of them got whooped just about. We the only one didn't get whooped because we was younger. But they whooped all of them. Them Avalon whooped all of them right out there on that motherfucking field in South Park over there. They was over there playing football, and some G Avalon niggas walked up. Shit, it was Fast, Brownie, all them niggas, and shit. They took about 30 of them niggas. They took off on my brother and them. Whooped all of them. Shit, they were fighting, but they couldn't win. They whooped all of them. Them niggas got back to 51st and Woodline. Them niggas were words for wear. You know what I'm saying? Shit tore all off of them, swole up a little taste. You know what I'm saying? And shit, that's what it was. This was Avalon shit, man.
Big Physical and Wolf at the same table, man, and they gave some pretty good, interesting history as far as the how the following of like how they got the BGs, the OGs, but they call it the unborn.
The businessman was unborn.
Okay,
Bitten Man had unborns in there. There's a couple of them over there right now. Some unborns that's over there right now. But to that, Wolf birthday, Marvin. Wolf birthday September 29th. We come off the same block. Uh, Wolf getting ready to be 70 years old. Wolf getting ready to be 70. Wolf was one of the oldest fire trades. He's not the oldest. The oldest fire trade is Boss Hog, Big Mike. His birthday is in February. The oldest after him is BB and Sleepy. And then after them is Wolf. Those were the oldest fire trade. But Zoom started fire trade. Big Zoom called Lee. He started fire trade.
How do you define loyalty and trust?
Well, with us, my car, the car I grew up in, our loyalty came from being young kids around here. A lot of people didn't believe it. Right there in that auditorium over there in that gym, where you every hood have them, man. You got dudes who can't go home. They get in trouble in the streets, and their parents kind of like trip on them a little bit. When we had that around here, South Park was like the projects. It was always a close knit group of guys that ran together. So when we had that kind of friction with somebody couldn't go home to their family, like my dad was cool. You can hang out at my house for about 3 days. About 3 days, that was it. My dad getting ready to say something. You know what I'm saying? That boy need to go home, boy. You know what I'm saying? He getting ready to say something. After that, we up in the park, but all the homies that was in our generation, we wasn't gonna never leave him, and we'll break in that auditorium over there, and we'll pull them curtains down, make cover, make us some pallets, and we'll sleep in that auditorium with him for long as we had to sleep in there with him. And it was a couple of homies that we had to do that for, and we hang out with him, but we never left him. And the homie Tick used to always say, "Bull, man, you think about it, man." He said, "Man, how we was back then, man, and the loyalty and the love that we have for each other." He said, "Man, a funeral would have devastated us, man. We wouldn't have took that well. You know what I'm saying? Because we were so close. You know what I'm saying? When the first generation of fire trade started getting older and splitting off in a sense, then came us. It wasn't always Fire Trade Avalon Gangsta Crip. We the ones who started that. We started Fire Trade Avalon Gangsta Crip. Tick really right over there on the ground. This really come along in '77. Not Fire Trades, but Fire Trade Avalon Gangsta Crip come along like that in '77. We just went on and connected it all together. Because Fire Trades was Fire Trade Boys. Fire Trades Wild and Crazy. We'll kill your babies. That was them. We was Fire Trades. I stayed on 53rd. We was Fire Trades, but we really connected the Fire Trade Avalon Gangsta Crip thing together in '77. That was our crew. That was a third generation crew that did that. And the only reason why we don't call ourselves the second generation dude, even though it was through of them, but they was the second generation guys. And Physical was one of them guys. Physical was really a second generation guy. Bebop was a second generation guy, so we don't step on their toes with that. We could have been second generation guy, but we didn't take that from them. We just said we third generation guys, but we was there shortly after the turf started. You know what I'm saying? Some years later, but we was there.
Who was that guy that had that impression when you woke up or you came in the park? You saw that guy, that one that had that impression on you. Just like, man, I like this Crip.
Shit, it was plentiful around here. It was a lot of one. I tell you, I told this story before, and we had a homeboy. He resting now. Uh, that motherfucker, man. Me and the homie Jimbo resting too, man. But me and Jimbo, we running together back then in the '70s, and Jimbo getting into it with the homie, and I'm with Jimbo. You know how it go. We stomping together, and shit, man. Him and Jimbo arguing, and I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about, but I fired on the homie. Motherfucking G homie, I fired on him. This nigga went to chasing me around the car. He chasing Jimbo around the motherfucking car. And the nigga stopped all of a sudden. And that nigga say, look here, man. Jimmy, nigga, I'ma kill you. And I'ma kill this nigga right here, pointed at me. You know, and I'm young, nigga. I'm like, what in the fuck this nigga done got me into? But that nigga there had me on my motherfucking board. Nigga, I ain't come out the motherfucking yard for about 3 motherfucking weeks, man. See, niggas don't tell this type of shit. Like, you know.
Who was he, boy?
Ray Dub. That motherfucker arms was big as this motherfucking pole, man. The big homie Ray Dub, man. And but look, I run into him again, you know, but the homie has straightened it up for me, Dub. Jimbo brother has straightened it up, Marty Fly. He straightened it up, and I was like, man, whatever the fuck you told him, man, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But we on some jacking shit one night in the 70s, and we go out to his house. I don't even know we going over his house. And me and the homie little fella together, we both got a little 38 on us. He got a 38, I got one. And we going out on some little jacking shit. The homie take us over this nigga house. And we walk off in this motherfucker, man. That nigga came out that motherfucking room. I said, man, we got to shoot this nigga, man. We got to shoot this nigga, man.
So, Ray, would be fair to say Ray Dub wasn't to be played with.
Man, that motherfucker, I seen, man, that motherfucker hit a dude. He was dead before he hit the ground. And that's all I was on my motherfucking porch thinking about. That nigga put them motherfucking paws on me like that. It's a wrap. So, when he seen me, though, the homie didn't already straighten it up, though. And man, he came over to me, man. I was clutching like a motherfucker too. I was like, God damn, I'm gonna have to down this nigga. And that nigga looked at me and said, nigga, I like your style. That's where I get that from. When I say that, I got that from him. That nigga said, nigga, I like your style.
So that's it.
And he was good with me ever since. But that was one nigga I was petrified of.
Ray Dub.
Ray Dub, man. I was petrified of the big homie.
He rest in peace, right?
He rested, man. That turned out to be my guy, though, man. That motherfucker loved me, man.
Who were the hand guards from your generation? And if you want to put other generations as well, but who do you remember the hand guards?
Well, South Park was some fighting guys. I ain't gonna, you know, it was some fighting.
I can see this being like a Thunderdome coming up and getting it in. It was some fighting
motherfuckers down here. Before us, before we come along, it was some guys around here. Windbone was a fight motherfucker. He was a fight motherfucker. Boy, that damn bone can fight. That nigga can fight. The big homie John Moore was a fight motherfucker and a knockout artist. Zoom was a fight motherfucker. Carl Lee. Zoom was quick though. He just take off on you. But John Moore was a fight motherfucker. Them big homies. Doc them stayed fighting. All of them stayed fighting, but what
you talking about Doc Rob?
Yeah, Blue Black. That's my motherfucking baby, man. Doc Rob, that's my baby, man. I love him to death, man. Love his whole family. You know what I'm saying? We stayed on 53rd, they stayed on 52nd, then they moved across the street on 52nd. But I'm in debt to them, man. They some good motherfuckers, man. But our generation of guys, when you talk, let's go back. I'm gonna go back to that respect thing just for a second here.
Okay.
I was one of the younger fire trades, though I was big in size. I was one of the younger ones in our generation.
So, what generation are you?
Third generation.
Third generation. And your
like
age.
I said, we could have claimed the second generation, but we didn't do that. So
what is your age?
We stepped into that. I'm 58.
Okay, yeah. You easily could be second generation.
Yeah, we stepped off in there from that. I'm ready to be 59, but we stepped off in there. We stepped off in there from that perspective of respect. You know, we didn't want to take that from them. So our thing was based on age and order. You know, it was guys older than us. When the Snoops from Fire Trade, they was up under me. We had categories in a sense, and we didn't break that. We didn't go past that. We didn't go under that. Now we had a thing in this park where we squabbled just about every day with a little practice thing we used to play with that pick up that blue rag thing. You might have heard Cartoon talk about this a little bit. we used to have a game we play pick up the blue rag where we'll surround ourselves and we throw that blue rag in the middle, and the one who pick it up, he got to fight. You know, dudes coming at you, and it wasn't to pick it up and then you get rushed and then put it down. No, it was actually to mix it up with a guy or two or three. You know what I'm saying? We was training ourselves, and so that had honed our skills a lot. You know what I'm saying? But in that pick up that blue rag shit, we found out who our superiors was as far as the motherfucking hands go. You know, you got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And me, I took it as shit. This was a motherfucking challenge. You know what I'm saying? I never thought that I can get them, but I thought that I can get something. You know what I mean? I can get in there. You know, and so I did. And in doing so, I found out them motherfuckers can fight. Them motherfuckers can fight, and they fight a little bit better than me. You know what I'm saying? And my generation guy, hands down, was my homeboy Tick.
Talk to me about Tick.
Shit. That motherfucker had a skill of Roy Jones, had power like Tyson, had motherfucking cutting ability like motherfucking Witherspoon. Bad nigga. Spit him. Power, I can get him out of there. I can get him out. I done fought with some of the best of them. I can get him out of there. And I done took some of the best from some of the best. But I'm talking about just a fighting motherfucker, the homie Tick, man. And a few more. Magic was a fight motherfucker. Stone was a fight motherfucker. Couldn't get them niggas, man. And that wasn't for lack of effort. I tried, but because I want to hone my skill like them. But
are you talking about the Stone that was known for robbing people?
One of them. Yeah, just some fight motherfuckers out this park. But hands down in the 50s, it was Tick. It was Tick and couldn't fuck with him. Couldn't fuck with that dude, man. A lot of people. Oh my God, we didn't fall.
Can you give me a time where you saw him get down?
Shit. Every time we ran together, every time we was together every day. All of us. That's one thing about us. That's why I say we wasn't Crip fighters or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I respect everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't name nobody who he didn't actually fought, but we went to school. We didn't duck school. We didn't duck YAs and all. We didn't duck nothing that came to us in them places there. We was there. You know what I'm saying? But on the streets, man, I done seen him make short work of a lot of people, man. A lot of people. And this was so cold about it. Now, we get down. Real talk. Real motherfucking talk. We was some fighting motherfuckers, man. This nigga we'd be ready to get down with a nigga. I'm talking about going there. And that nigga slide us out the way.
That's what we did though back in the day,
Because of what we was talking about, that order we had. Because he was older than us, he slide us out the way. Every little piece of that responsibility that came with dealing with somebody, he took that shit up on his shoulder. Toon will tell you the same thing. Toon, big as he is, just like me, big as I was, that nigga would slide us out the way and put hands on a motherfucker, man. I'm talking about doing.
That was a thing when I was growing up, because I'm 65, and my bigger homies, they would be maybe 2 years older, 3 maybe.
Yeah.
And they would look and they would say, "You think you could get him?" I said, "I don't know." All right.
Move your ass out the way. I don't know is a doubt.
Yeah.
They move that doubt. They gonna go and take your business.
We can't take no loss right here. We finna win this.
Yeah.
And the next guy take it.
Yeah.
And I ain't ashamed to say that, because there were situations that happened like that.
Because them was just good dudes, man. That's why I say a lot of dudes nowadays, they play that game with, if they want to snatch that motherfucking that ribbon off the big homie shoulder. See, I don't play that shit around here. You ain't fucking with no big homie around here. I wouldn't give a fuck what kind of shape the nigga in, how bad he is. Because if you couldn't get that nigga then, ain't no sense in trying to get him now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the nigga might make mistakes. I ain't ashamed to say it. I might even pay a bill to save the nigga. Because that's a motherfucking big homie around here. But what I'm saying is, if you beat that nigga up, I guarantee you gonna get some stiffer competition the next time you motherfucking fight. And I'm gonna make sure your motherfucking ass fight for beating that nigga up. I guarantee you we coming. Because niggas they don't deserve that. Yeah, they may make a mistake. You might want to whoop their ass and all that, but you couldn't. I guarantee you wouldn't have got that nigga then.
Bull, there was a time when if you did something, your bigger homies, they could just look at you and you knew what that meant.
Man, shit. Straight out. We look, the law of the land, man, was always be respectful, man. We grew up on that. We didn't go nowhere. We didn't write on we didn't write on churches. We didn't write on church walls. We wasn't disrespectful to older folks.
We didn't do nothing with the church. We seen the church people going, we got quiet.
We got quiet, man. We used to take our hats and shit off when funerals come down the street.
How you doing, man?
You know, we had that, man. It I don't know what part of Crip they got in blood and that they got to put that off in there to where you got to be disrespectful. You ain't disrespectful. This was the story I was gonna tell. One of the best things that ever happened to me in my life, man, was during the truce in '92. I went over there to the Peblos, and when I went to the Peblos, the truce started in my living room in Watts in '92. I was out there with Sniping, Jim Bob, and Tony, and all them.
Tony Bogart.
He was in my garage, in my house with me. I was there when it
Jim
went
Bob,
down.
Oh yeah, I know Jim Bob.
Sniper tell you, man, I was their mediator right there. It was in my living room. And so Sniper like, oh man, you can go down, you can handle that down there. I'm like, man, you know what, this was so beautiful. I'm gonna do that. Come back down here, start putting it down. Go into the Peblos. Peblos seen me one dude take off running. He thought I was gonna bust on him or something, but he take off, he go get his homie. But I pull in the project, he like, that nigga is. You know, I get out, I got on all blue, I got on blue Levi's, blue hoodie, you know, everything, you know. And I get out and the police come up the street and the homies say, the police say, man, what y'all doing with that Crip over here? They were like, no, man, he cool. Y'all going about y'all business. They take off. In the midst of, I'm standing there, about 20 of them now. And I'm like, shit, I'm out the car. I can't go nowhere. I can't do nothing. Stutterbox and Dr. Dirt was walking up.
Yeah, I talked to Stutterbox from time to time.
Yeah, and I see Stutterbox. I didn't know he was blind at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I see Stutterbox. I say, Stutterbox, what's happening? He say, who is that? I said, this Bull, man. He say, Bull, Capone, fire train. I say, yeah. He say, man, what you doing over here? I say, Stutterbox, I need to talk to y'all, man. We started talking. After that, Stutterbox told me, he said, Bull, you never knew this, but I always had respect for you. I said, wow, what is that? He said, you remember, we was in juvenile hall. My homeboy T, baby T, go out the classroom in juvenile hall. He gone a long time. The teacher sent me to look for him. I come out the classroom, him and Stutterbox in the middle of the hallway going head up. They getting it. They in there, they getting it. Him and Stutterbox, nobody else in the hall. I don't know how long them niggas been out there fighting. You know what I'm saying? But Stutterbox told me this. He said, Bull, when I seen you running down there, I said, God damn. I know y'all was getting ready to happy. He saying, when you broke that fight up, Bull, he said, nigga, you never knew I had all the respect in the world for you, but I could never tell you that. That gave me that pass in the projects that day. Respect. Because I didn't believe in that shit. I didn't believe in rushing niggas and rat packing dudes. Just because you was a blood and I was a Crip. Give me your best. Like I'm gonna try to give you my best. If you get me, you get me. If I get you, I get you. I done became friends with some great bloods because of that. Few of them, you know, Christmas out of the Pyrus, Al Dog out of the Devil Lane. All of us had it. You know what I'm saying? Became great friends because of respect. You know,
Do these kids understand? I mean, let's put it this way. Do you think people really understand what it took to be a Crip back? See, because a lot of people don't really understand the depth. Like how you mentioned the family unit, how you guys would break into this gym over there, make sure your homeboy had a safe somewhere to sleep
yeah,
and somewhere to kick
yeah.
it. See, I don't think they fully understand the depth of that. And they look at it, it's just like, it's just, oh no, it's more than that, bro. I try to tell them it's more than that.
Your generation at 65, Mel, taught us that we was only great as them great dudes who stand next to us. If you was a get it on your own guy and think you was gonna conquer these streets by yourself, you was sadly mistaken. You needed them dudes, man.
Yeah, we work together.
You was better together
We work together.
than you was separate. You know what I'm saying? And we understood that. We ain't never had dudes don't do it today. That's why a lot of dudes have problems because they ain't found that guy. It's some guys in every set that is a superior guy. And another superior guy you gonna have to respect that guy. We had superior guys in our generation. But we respected them guys that was a little bit more superior than us. And we didn't have a problem with letting them know. Look here, man, you know you mean everything to us, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We go as far as you go. And then if they wasn't that, then everybody take up the slack. Every other, you know how it was to go to a party. You remember?
Yeah, we used to walk through them.
But tell me, I know this is true because it happened to us. It happened to everybody. When them guys was with you, because we ain't had no car. It was all a stroll thing. We was strolling.
We strolled.
When that group of guys was with you, when you look at, we sat in the park and we leave this park going to a house party, going to the team post somewhere. When we assemble ourselves and all them guys is there, when you scan the horizon and you see all them guys, you like, okay, we in good shape tonight.
We in good shape.
We in good shape tonight.
We in good shape.
Because you done had no problem. You recognized the superior guys that was around you and you appreciated them, man, and they appreciated you. You know what I'm saying? We used to always say, man, he all right. He ain't there yet.
Everybody knew their part. We had all the parts.
Had all the parts.
That's it.
Had all the parts. And when they was all assembled and everybody was together, shit, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
We knew we were going to have to tussle with some motherfucking body, but we had our best with us.
If they do it, we going to show them.
Shit, we had our best with us. We go, shit. You know?
What was that record talking about? Do it. Do it fluid.
We going to do it. And that what made you feel good. But the blessing was now, because we got to say it, because we was on that strolling tip. We was strolling. Look at all the mud, man. We used to come through the 4 trades, man. It was cool. We used to come through the East Coast. It was cool. We used to go through the Hoovers. It was cool. Go through the main streets. It was cool. Every Crip thing we come through, it was cool.
It was cool.
That's how it was, man. And we appreciated that, man. We didn't never disrespect that, man. We didn't never disrespect that. That was a blessing. That was a for real blessing, man. And even like now, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of Crips that's cool with Bloods. I respect that too. I was one of the ones who started that. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the ones who on the line for that one. But what that made me do, Melly, is that made me go from Crip and Blood to concentrate on stop black on black. That's what that made me do.
Lock the door.